This is a starter guide to the Ashes of the Damned Zombies map. I recommend you either use the AK-27, preferably with a suppressor if you have it unlocked, or the MK-78 LMG is also a very good gun. You're going to want to start with stun grenades and Semtex to make your life a bit easier, and those are the things I'm using. At the beginning of the round, you're going to swap to a melee weapon. You're going to go to the vending machine at the back here. You might get lucky and you might get the rare ether tool to upgrade your weapon to blue immediately, but more often than not, you'll probably either get like essence or salvage or some random piece of junk. Then we're going to pick up the fertilizer machine, and we're pretty much going to, every single round, we're going to spray these over here, and you're going to kill the zombies that go to it. Give it enough time to grow. This will give you more salvage and money, which is great. Keep doing this for a couple rounds, pretty much until you start running out of ammo. These are also pretty good because they have a chance to drop a blue quality weapon as well, so that's going to help you get a lot of damage out if you didn't get the ether tool like I did in this run, because it's quite rare. Once you're low on ammo, you're going to make your way to the objective over here. You're going to open up the door, you're going to melee this little thing over here. Now before you run off, you're going to aim up to the roof over here, and you're going to shoot between the gap over there, and you'll get a max ammo over there. So this is going to top your ammo up here at around round 4, and then you can get in the car and we can drive to the Blackwater Lake, collecting any of the blue things that you can crash along the way, because these will give you salvage as well as money. As soon as you arrive at Blackwater, you're going to stop here at the truck on the left. You're going to get out and you're going to loot the item at the back of it. This is for a Speed Cola Perk that we're going to get for free, so don't miss that item. Pick it up right now. Then you're going to go to the objective over here, park your car, and this is where the Semtex comes in handy. You're going to throw one on the left, one on the right, because these really nicely explode a bunch of the things on the thing that you can just then shoot at the top and destroy the generator in seconds. Super quick. Run inside the building over here. Go to the left first. You're going to go to the kitchen. You're going to loot this jar of spores. Then you're going to go upstairs to the left and you're going to activate the power. Now, here we're going to activate the power, jump out the window, and we're going to get in the car and we're going to drive to Ashwood, which is our next location. Once you get here, you're going to park your car at the right-hand side, just like this, at this door. Then you're going to run to the left and you're going to take this zip line up. I generally always only use this one. It's a great one. You're going to go through here. You're going to unlock the door to the right. Go through here. You're going to loot an item just before the door over here. This is for your Speed Cola. Unlock this. Use your Semtex on the left and the right of the generator to blow up the spores. Shoot the top one, and this should allow you to quickly get through the generator phase. Saves you so much time, and it's great. Activate the switch, and then we're going to go back the way that we came to this side over here. Grab double tap. You want to make sure you purchase this before you go to your next location. We'll then proceed with upgrading Tessie to get the Pack-a-Punch machine upgraded onto the car so that this stage of the phase is done. Now, we're not going to pack our weapon right now. We're instead going to go ahead and, farm some money. We need at least over 3,000 essence. I would recommend a little bit more than 3,000, maybe like 3,500 would be helpful. Round 6 has just turned over here, so we're going to go past the double tap machine up here. We're going to use the jump pad to exit 115. So once we're in this location, we're going to be doing several things. This is just going to buy us some time. You're going to jump down here. If you have money saved up, you can immediately go up into the diner and you can go ahead and open it. We're going to proceed in here, and what you're going to do is pick up the item off of the counter that I just interacted with there. You'll also want to make sure you have 2,000 essence saved up and keep a Ravager alive. We just need one of them alive. There is generally one that spawns on every round in this area, but if you can keep it on round 6 and still have 2,000, you're going to activate the trap over here, lead the Ravager into the spinning blades, and then go ahead and pick up the Ravager eyes. You'll then go behind the counter and interact with the soda machine, interacting several times until you can drink the soda. There's also an NPC that's going to spawn inside the diner that has a chance of dropping the freezer key. So stay around until you get that. Once you have the freezer key and your Speed Cola, you can pretty much unlock this cabinet over here, collect the Abomination Carcass. Just opposite the freezer, you're going to want to pick up the combat axe in the kitchen because you need it. Trust me, you need it. Now, I recommend completing your round 7 here. Grab a ammo mod and upgrade your weapon. I either use fire or ice. Fire is great for the bear. Ice is great for Uber Klaus. So just keep those in mind. I also activated the flower thing over here and just got some more essence so that when we continue to the next location, I can be, a little bit more packed up on stuff. Once you're ready, you can head back to Ashwood. So we're going to take the jump pad to Ashwood over here, where we'll upgrade Tessie to put the laser beam eyes on the front of the car. So immediately as you get here, you're going to run across to the north, jump down here, slide to the car, use the upgrade station over here to upgrade the car, and then you're going to grab Tessie and you're going to drive to the northeast pathway. So the northeast pathway, as you can see with your compass at the top of the screen, and you're going to look for a purple kind of glowing spore on the sides. It's like in random locations. It might not be here. You might have to continue around a different location of the map, but you'll see here I found it just before Vandorn farm. You can also find it just before the ship from the other side. Generally, these are spawning in the sections between the maps, right? So as soon as you destroy it with the laser beam of your car, you have to do it with the laser beam, you'll see it's going to drop a Hoard Husk Chunks. I used Ether Shroud so I can safely pick it up. Then you're going to drive into Vandorn Farm. There's a cow over here that you need to interact with. This is going to place the spores that you collected from Blackwater Lake. It takes 2 rounds before it grows the item you need for the Easter egg, so you can destroy the generator over here, and then you're going to spend a couple rounds here to just pretty much farm up money, and you're going to first focus on packing your weapon. So we're going to be here for at least 3 to like 4 rounds. Pack your weapon after you got 5k essence. Then you can go ahead and open up the barn, use the combat axe on the hanging zombie on the foot on the right side. And then you're going to go ahead and use the crafting table here. Go to lethal and craft a Molotov. And you're going to burn the foot that fell on the ground over here. This will turn this into human bones, right? So you'll have to wait for it to burn. And then you're going to pick it up like this, human bones. And then you can run into the house over here. And we're going to go ahead and buy the Stamin-Up perk. So you're going to spend a lot of money in this little location, so focus on farming those headshots and making sure you have all of these 3 perks active, and your packed weapon and the the spores and stuff from the cow you can see is ready. We can pick it up, the Widow's Lantern. Once you're ready, you can also go ahead and take the jump pad to the Janus towers. This is where we're going to activate Klaus, and then we're going to bring him back to Vandorn Farm. And on the flight back to Vandorn Farm, you're going to see the symbols on the rooftops that you need to memorize. So at the towers over here, you're going to quickly activate Klaus from this section, make your way back to the jump pad, and we're going to jump back to Vandorn Farm. It's just easier to fight him here. And like I said, you're going to need to memorize the symbols. There's 3 symbols that are random each time you play. I got umbrella, circle with a plus in it, and empty circle. Remember those 3 symbols, either write it down by pausing your game or just remember them with your brain, I don't know. When you get back here, you're going to spend the 4,000 essence to upgrade your armor so that you have 2 armor slots. Defeat Klaus in this area. Once you defeat him in his robot form, the normal version of him will come out. You'll have to defeat that as well. He will then go ahead and drop the stabilizer chip, which you just have to go ahead and pick up. We'll be using this at Ashwood, so go to the jump pad, aim towards Ashwood, and go ahead and jump there. At this point, I'd recommend farming a couple of zombies, getting your money up so that you can buy Juggernog from the Ashwood zone. So once you have enough money, you're going to go ahead and buy yourself Juggernog. So kill enough enemies here. You can see I'm on round 13 when I'm doing this. Go to the western side at the top of the bridge, and you'll see inside this building over here, if you open up the door, you go inside, here's where the Juggernog machine is located. Make sure you drink this so that you can get the 300 HP. It's going to be needed from this point onwards. We're then going to make our way to where Klaus is in the sheriff's jail over here. You're going to interact with this little thing, wait for it to finish installing. Once the installing bar is complete, you'll see here, go ahead and throw your stun grenades through here. Just 2 of them is fine. Right by him, he should have the sparkly effect around his head, and that means he's activated. You're then going to get in your car and you're going to drive towards the southeast. We're going to the Cosmodrome. So right over here towards the southeast using your compass at the top. Now in this area over here, you're going to go to the right-hand side as you get out the car, and you're going to use Klaus's tactical button, so the button you would throw stun grenades with. You bring him here, interact with this machine until the button goes red, then the red laser will scan you, and you have to just stand in the circle while this timer goes down, killing any of the mobs. I recommend when you do this, you only have 1 mob alive from your previous round that you were in, so that this goes a whole lot smoother like this over here. Once you're done, you're pretty much going to go ahead and buy Wisp Tea, so you can pick up this ether barrel. There's no timer at this point, but you want to make sure you grab the Wisp Tea before you leave. Otherwise, you have to come back here later, which is going to be super frustrating. Then you're going to get in the car and you're going to drive back to Ashwood. So to the north, you're just going to do a U-turn and drive up to the north. Back at Ashwood over here, you're going to make your way up the zip line to the generator. And at the generator, you're going to just, put in the ether barrel and let it do its extraction. Just stay alive, kite the zombies. It's probably the trickiest one to do if you do have a full wave like I do over here, but it's fine. Pick up the ether barrel once the explosion goes off and takes all of them out, and then get in your car, and this time you're driving towards the northwest. Northwest, this will take us to Blackwater Lake. So make your way there. It's going to be pretty easy. Get in here, just stop your car at this point, get out, put the barrel in. Remember, the barrel has a timer at this point, so you can't take long. You have to be fast and succinct so that you're quick. Once it goes off here, it's gonna remove the mobs near it, grab the barrel, get in the car. Now you can either do a U-turn and then double back to Vandorn farm from Ashwood, from the other pathway, or you can keep heading north like I am here. We just have to go through Janus Towers and then across from Janus Towers all the way to the east through this wall all the way to Vandorn farm. Make sure you hit as many of these healing things as you can because you'll probably be taking extra damage for that long ride. Once you're here, you're going to put the ether barrel in the generator, let it do its extraction. Once it's done, grab the barrel and you're going to go into the barn down the stairs on the right hand side of it. So here we're going to go. This is where you're going to have to remember those symbols that you saw earlier. We have umbrella, circle with a plus sign, and empty circle. We're going to interact with the barrel, put it over here. The timer's gone at least here, so you can go back and go see what those symbols are. If you did forget, if you do remember, just input them. So like this one, circle with the plus sign, empty circle, and then the umbrella. This is going to award you with the Necrofluid Gauntlet, which is the wonder weapon, which is incredibly powerful, and you have to do a mini game over here before you can leave. So just shoot the little green floating circles, use reload to recall them. Do this quick enough before the zombies start spawning on you, because otherwise it's going to get overwhelming and you might die because you can't leave this area until you explode all those green circles. So just do it quickly and then drive to Ashwood or get to Ashwood no matter how you want. It's fine. Our main goal at this point is to get to round 16, where Xerxes the bear spawns. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to get it low. If you have the fire element on your weapon, it's going to be super easy, so don't accidentally kill it. You want to get it low, like just below half HP, and then you're going to use the car with its laser beams to finish it off. So aim the car at it, and then go ahead and just use the laser beam on him so that you can destroy him. Once you do so, it will drop a special part that is going to be included for the Easter egg that we need. So this will be the mysterious limb. Pick that up, and then you're going to go up here with that Wisp Tea that you got earlier at the Cosmodrome. You have to then stand at this mirror. This is the most frustrating part because you have to have the Wisp actually engage with the mirror. I didn't actually see it happen in mine, and I went through a ton of rounds. Like, I was literally trying to fight up here. I started using the Wonder Weapon because it's actually super overpowered and broken. Like, it does crazy damage, and also it has the overhealing. So you want to just be in this area doing this as much as you can. Try to get that Wisp on that mirror. You see the mirror on my case has no longer turned into that damaging one. It's a proper mirror now, which means I can go ahead and attack it and break it, and it's going to drop a special powder. We're going to pick this up over here on the floor, leaving the lost zombie alive. This is the Powder of the Forgotten, and all you got to do right now is take the jump pad or just make your way to the Cosmodrome. So at the Cosmodrome over here, you're going to see as soon as we land, we're facing this direction over here. We're going to go towards the south, past the exfil machine here, open up this garage door, and you're going to go inside here, interact with the powder, this one here on the right hand side, and this is going to give you a puzzle that's going to be on the wall. It's going to be 3 words, but you only have to look at the first letter of each word, and that is the order you need to use them in. So you'll see here, I have to use the Ravager Eyes, Mysterious Limb, and then the Widow's Lantern, right? Which we collected. Now just interacted with them in that order. So the eyes, the limb, and then the Widow's Lantern over there. And then you can interact with the console in the middle to brew up a little mini game. Now be prepared for this. You'll be using the Wonder Weapon, and your health is lowered to 75 HP, and your Wonder Weapon is going to be the only way you can gain health back. So shoot at the 3 entrances where the zombies can come from, and use the charge explosion mechanic after you have, pack-a-punched your legendary weapon, because I don't know why you wouldn't have done so. So make sure you're using this and exploding or recalling your bolts to heal yourself so that you don't die at this point, right? So just keep going through these phases of enemies. As long as you're hitting them and recharging them at a fast pace, you should get through this pretty easily. It's actually not that hard of a challenge, even on round 22 where I'm here right now. So make sure you do that. And that's pretty much your best starter guide that you can get for all the locations you can go to, saving the most amount of time for this Easter egg and for, in general. I hope you found this guide helpful, and thank you guys so much for watching. Good luck.